play of the game from way down.
Two, silence. Rainer getting absolutely
A team wipe.
The living bomb's going.
Oh my goodness, the ring. Bob Stasnico gonna find Rainer.
Oh, the life finder keeps Maev up. It was going to be a close thing.
And healing, what? Get out of, no! No!
Triple stun again. Big flanks coming out from the Blaze.
It's a death metal though.
Death metal into the double, triple kill.
All right, and welcome back, everybody, to the NGS Rewind, where we're catching some of those casts that did not get caught previously in the main casts, in the live casts. So we are currently at game number 4, or series number 4 here, between ReGen Ghost and Team Training Wheels. We have one left after this coming up here, and it looks like this is of the older version, so we'll have to set things up a little bit differently. But that's okay. So let's take a look at the map bans here. This is the Division A game. And ReGen Ghost banned out the Alterac Pass, along with the Towers of Doom. Team Training Wheels banning out Cursed Hollow and Sky Temple. And our first game is going to be the selection of Team Training Wheels. And it's going to be Brax's Holdout. So let's go ahead and get right into this here. All right. One moment as the game has to load up the old version of itself, shutting off BattleNet as well. It's always fun waiting for it to go through this process here. So this was a flex game that was played at the very end of the season here. All right, get these changed. All right, that should set us up. Here we go. Getting into game number 1 between ReGen Ghost and Team Training Wheels. All right, on the left, we've got ReGen Ghost. Templar going to be playing the Muradin Kriv on Stukov. Zulkan on the Genji. Cuban Missile on Gul'dan. And Artanis going to be played by Tracer. And over on the right for Team Training Wheels, we've got Tony on ETC, Taco Cat on Ana, Firehawk on the Kira, Furiosia on Jaina, and Ramen playing Malthel. Oh, that's right. Just in case you wanted to look like what the standard UI talents look like, there's nothing here. We'll take a look at these better versions here. So we've got Prog Rock and Fingers of Frost, Seasoned Marksman for the Artanis, and Echoed Corruption for Gul'dan. So those are all the questing talents here. We do have Malthel going into On a Pale Horse, so looking for those faster rotations to be able to get down into the bot lane. All right, fighting has begun, and let's see, what was that? That was a follow from Galaxy Quest. Thanks for the follow there. Zulkan taking loads of damage though, and the Carnage damage, getting that dot damage onto Zulkan, ultimately able to secure the kill with the Biotic Grenade from Taco Cat. So no healing potential there. Malthel was looking maybe to rotate down here, but looking like it's gonna be going back to the top lane there for Ramen. And the B-Step's coming out from Ana. Outside of vision, so they can't really see any of that, but we get to see it. And the Stormbolt being used there to check the bush here. But ETC is going to power slide in. Muradin just outside of the Blizzard, so Not going to get the additional damage, but the grenade being used to make sure that he goes down. But up here we've got a 1v2 here. Zulkin and Tracer versus Ramen. Malthael getting the damage out here. Both of these two are very low here. Zulkin getting very low. And the kill coming out from Ramen onto Genji. Flips over the wall, gets the kill onto Artanis. But ends up getting caught on the other side of the wall there and goes down as well. So 2-for-1 trade. That top lane is going to be left by itself for a few moments here. And we've got level 3 coming up here soon, or level 4 even. The number after 3 for team training wheels. Zoom out a little bit so we can watch these teams here. So again, you know, Jaina went into that Fingers of Frost looking for those globes here. So going to be rotating for those whenever possible. Zulkin chasing down Firehawk, trying to get some poke damage in there. But Revolving Sweep coming out. Sweeping strikes used to force Kira into a bit of an awkward position there with that tower, but not able to get the kill. But now Tony on the ETC looking low. Does get the power slide over the Muradin, but Zulkin here possibly could be going down again. Is able to make it onto the other side of the wall, popping the healing well to stay alive. All right, channel picked up here earlier, up to 30% for ReGen Ghost. Team training wheels on it now here, and ETC getting stunned and building up those corruption stacks here. But Kriv in a very danger zone here. The revolving sweep missed, but I don't think it's going to matter as the body block's coming out from ETC, making sure that Stukov cannot get out of there here. Up in the top lane, though, Genji not falling this time to the Malthael, but ultimately getting very low, having to back. And we may see a channel here coming out for ReGen Ghost, at least for a short period of time, as Templar pulling back off the point. 42 now to 52. And looks like we may get a channel going the other direction again here for at least a moment. We do see Genji trying to look like he wants to come in, but was waiting for the Malthael to pull off the point here long enough for him to sneak on. So up to 80% now for Team Training Wheels. Back in the bot lane, though. Not a ton happening other than getting this bottom tower down a little bit here. And of course, the bot lane is where the Team Training Wheels Zerg is coming in, so any structure damage they can get in advance of that is very valuable for them. And these are the new Zerg, so even though it was an old patch, it was after the Zerg was patched. So doing quite a bit of damage there with the Banelings. The wall already going down here. The power slide in. This time the Blizzard was getting a little bit of damage there, but Tony having to get out now, get in the silence, and is able to make it far enough back here for Taco Cat to keep him nice and healthy. Level 7's picked up for both teams, but they're going to get the kill onto Genji first, and that's going to be a fort down as well. Cuban Missile looking like he's going to be the second casualty of this bot lane fight. And now there's still a half of a Zerg wave here, and they can bring in drop pods as well. So in fact, there's one of them on the other side of the wall. So as long as these are left up, they'll provide additional Zerg to cause mayhem. But Kriv gonna be caught by the power slide, revolving sweep, and dead. Team Training Wheels has absolutely no fear this game. ETC just on the other side of the wall, taking damage here from the keep, doesn't even care. Diving in hard, looking for kills here. Tracer coming down on the Artanis to try to help out wherever possible. Misses the swap, the phase prism. We're seeing the retreat pings calling out here as Jaina has almost no mana here. But level 10 coming up soon. So the ping's calling for camps here. little bit of indecision, though. Looks like they're coming up toward the top here. But they don't have Jaina. Malthael is nearby, but so is the entire team of ReGen Ghost. So level 10's now available. And Jaina is back into the mix here. She's got Water Elemental. We've got the Mosh Pit, the Nano Boost. Last Rites from Malthael. And this is an interesting pick because the Unrelenting Strikes is not overly common. It did get, I think it got buffed a little bit, or maybe it just didn't get nerfed like the Fatal Strike did, but it can work really well in with the Mosh Pit. It's fairly easy to counter. So at least holding on to it, trying to wait and see if they get an opportunity. You know, a really strong Mosh Pit that that Kira can get in on and not get interrupted would be a fantastic way for them to make use of that. So doing a big burst of damage and getting a stun out of it. But with the boss play here, we're going to get this top lane push. And the boss does a significant amount of damage here. It doesn't get like a bonus to structures necessarily, but it just does a ton of damage. And there's the Power Slide in with the Mosh. It is Final Strike or Fatal Strike here. Artanis going to be the first to fall, and now that's going to cause ReGen Ghost to have to pull back as the boss is just shredding this top fort. And its own little Seeker Missile dropping it at the end there. And Water Elemental's about to be done here, so still the ping's going out here. There's no Artanis, so no potential for swaps. And the boss is going to at least be able to get down this wall. Maybe finishes off that bottom tower. Just barely finishes off the tower. I think that actually was a minion that finished it off. But the ping's going out, making sure that Team Training Wheels is getting every possible camp that they can. And Ramen walking right in there, face checking that bush, and it looks like Malthael is going to be the kill here. But the channel's still going 30-40% now. And ReGen Ghost making their way onto the point here. But Team Training Wheels knows that there are two members, both Gul'dan and Artanis, are not here. The revolving sweep missing there. Nano Boost going out. They do get the interrupt on the Final Strike, though. That is absolutely huge because that's a dead Genji if not. And Jaina coming in to play here is very low. The Horrify going out onto both ETC and Jaina. Dragonblade coming out trying to chase down the Ana. Muradin not quite able to keep up with the Jaina, but they do get Ana down here, and Jaina is really, I think, just prolonging her death? Yeah, exactly. There we go. Back onto the point here, though. Last Right's able to secure the kill onto Artanis. So we ended that with a 2 for 2. But up in the top lane, while all this is taking place, we've got Catapults, we've got Siege Camp, and because of that, we're going to see a Zerg wave coming in here soon. Ramen able to get the kill. Right onto the Genji there. 1v3 for that Genji. Or rather, 1v3 for the Malthael, able to get the kill onto the Genji. But now this Zerg wave's coming in the top lane. There's only about 5% or so of this keep left. So pretty much as soon as those Banelings make it here, that is a dead keep. And we might see Team Training Wheels looking to end the game here even. No Malthael. Malthael's on his way. He's got a Pale Horse, so he'll be here soon. And there goes the keep, but Templar got interrupted out of the Dwarf Toss. But once again, Genji going in after the Ana, the Purifier beam onto Ana forces her to pull back here, but the Stukov is going to be the kill elsewhere, coming in from Kira, and that's going to be the kill onto Genji that they were looking for. And with Water Elemental going out, keeping Artanis slowed, they might... Never mind, they're not going to get that kill, but they are going to get the kill onto the Gul'dan, who came out for the Horrify to try to help. But ETC gets that Mosh Pit holding down both the Muradin and Artanis, so that's going to be 2 more kills. And the core going down at 11 minutes and 7 seconds here. Team Training Wheels over ReGen Ghost. All right. Pretty quick game there. 5 kills to 16. But very strong presence out of the Team Training Wheels. And even just absolutely crazy that Malthael was able to 2v1 both the Artanis and the Genji there early in that game. That was kind of the early telling of how this game would go, I think. But all right, let's get set up for game number 2. Game number 2 is going to be on Volskaya Foundry. And we'll be back on it in a minute because we have to load everything back up again. Also, if you haven't been paying attention, there's a new teaser on the Twitter from Blizzard about presumably what is going to be the next event. New skins, probably some new quests. All right. Game number 2 on Volskaya Foundry. Let's go ahead and get the teams entered in here real quick. All right, interesting. Got some double support action coming from both teams here. Definitely prefer one draft over the other, though. We'll see that in just a moment here. As we're getting loaded up here for game number 2. Let's take a look at the maps while that's loading here. So, bans, again, at the beginning here, ReGen Ghost banned out the Alterac Pass and Towers of Doom. Team Training Wheels banning out Cursed Hollow and Sky Temple. Game number 1 was on Braxis Hold It. That was selected by Team Training Wheels, and they won that game. Game number 2 also selected by Team Training Wheels, so we'll see how this one goes in just a moment. All right, all set. Oh, you know what? And they switch sides, so I need to swap those real quick. Swap and swap. Update, and we'll do that. There we go. All right. On the left, we've got Team Training Wheels. We've got Taco Cat on the Rhaegar, Ramen on I have no idea. We'll come back to that one. Furiosia on Alex Straza. Tony going to be playing Greymane. Firehawk on Muradin, and that leaves Ramen on Sonya. On the right, we've got ReGen Ghost. Cuban Missile on Sylvanas there. Kriv on Lucio. Garrosh going to be played by Templar. Zulkin on the Ana, and Tracer on Li Ming. So taking a look here, as far as questing talents, looks like only the Shadow Dagger out of Sylvanas there. The throw onto Ramen there, and Ramen maybe makes it out, just barely. The double support keeping Ramen alive there. Sonya getting so very low, taking damage from the towers, and the rest of the team, of course. So Sonya making her way already down into the bot lane. We're going to see Ana making the rotation down. So a little bit of a different setup than you might be used to seeing normally here for the solo lane. Ping's calling for that support camp, or the, not the support camp, the fortification camp, as that is up right now. And already, Rhaegar kind of heading in that direction, but wanting to provide any aid that he can in the mid lane here, as it was just the two, the tank and Lucio. So Groundbreaker, the quest talent for Garrosh. So I was actually incorrect there. There is one questing talent, other than the Shadow Daggers. And, oh, you know what? Actually, there are all kinds of questing talents, because Muradin's and Alex Strauss's are also questing talents. Oh my god, Anna's is as well. She went for the increased healing. So, yeah, never mind. NA caster doesn't know what any of the talents look like, apparently. Alright, but Team Training Wheels coming in, working on this support camp, and this is really aggressive, considering everybody from ReGen Ghost is right here. Both teams do have one turret, so I'll be interested to see if they actually end up finishing this, and it looks like they're going to here, so the turret goes down and they walk out of it. So the turret is dropped, but they trade a turret for a biotic emitter. I think that's a pretty decent trade. So I expect to see more of the damage talents potentially from Ana there. But Templar getting pretty low here from the damage between the Muradin and the supports following him around. In the bot lane here, Ana versus Sonya, and I was gonna say I don't know any way that Ana wins this, but she's pretty far up, so I don't think she had any way to get out of it either. With the control point coming up in just under 5 seconds now, we've got Team Training Wheels working on their siege camp. As ReGen Ghost getting onto the control point, seeing if they can at least get this started here. And Ana is on her way back. Then in the bot lane, we've got Sonya versus Li Ming. Able to get that damage from a little bit farther away here. And Li Ming going into Charge Strike, so getting additional damage when she hits somebody with an arcane missile. And then using that auto attack. Not a common pick, but it is can be a good one. Certainly not likely to get as much out of dominance, just not as many people dying here. But the throw onto Muradin, there goes the biotic emitter. Templar and Firehawk both very low, but we're going to see ReGen Ghost pulling back at least until that biotic emitter is run out. Level 7's now available here as well for Team Training Wheels here, so they're about a half a level ahead. Li Ming up in the top lane trying to see if she can help them to catch up. But not getting a lot of XP there. In fact, right now, Team Training Wheels seemingly pulling ahead in the XP game. And Sonya's going to head over, get started on the fortification camp. Looks like she's going to bring some friends with her. So only Muradin's going to be left on the point to keep the charge going, as they are now tied in charge with ReGen Ghost. But they're instead going to run in here, try to invade, but they're just a little bit behind. And that's going to be the throw onto Sonya. Sonya dropping the turret, which was shut down by Sylvanas here, but that's going to give the protector over to Team Training Wheels. And of course, Sonya, being as low as she was, hops right on into that protector. And while the hero doesn't get a whole lot of healing while they're in the protector, they do get the bonus from the regen globes. So all of these regen globes that they pick up on the way will give Sonya that boost in healing while she's in there. So if they get more than just like the 1 or 2, then she'll come out pretty healthy. Heading up to the top lane, we see the throw onto Muradin. But the protector already sitting at half health, so not going to get a whole lot of value. May still try to make use of the ranged abilities to get damage. There's the tower. Maybe trying to get this well, but not quite able to do so, and especially with you know, Sonya and Rhaegar. Sonya doesn't have a leap to get out. Rhaegar might be able to get out, but being too deep into the team might be a little bit of a challenge here. But they've got a minion wave, so they're not too concerned about at least the damage from the tower. And they're approaching 10. Team Training Wheels has about a half of a level to go as Greymane chasing down the Li Ming in the bot lane there. And is going to be able to get the Hearth out as well. And with that, we see the defense following around Team Training Wheels here, trying to keep the structure nice and healthy. As Team Training Wheels now with level 10s, we've got a Bloodlust. Also, Cleansing Flame, Go for the Throat, Avatar, and Wrath of the Berserker. But all of the walls down on the side of ReGen Ghost. Top, middle, and bottom. Ping's coming up. They want to take out this top here. Wrath of the Berserker going out. And Ramen wants blood on at least one of these two heroes. Not quite the sleep dart to put him to sleep. So ultimately able to walk away there, nice and healthy. And that keeps both Ana and Li Ming in the bot lane away from the team. But there goes the Bloodlust here. Taco Cat dropping the biotic emitter. They are going to be able to secure the fort though. And Bloodlust, big taunt from the Garrosh there to keep both Greymane and Muradin local there. And Lucio getting the speed boost. And with the was that Into the Fray? It was Into the Fray. Pretty sure that's banned on this map, but you know, whatevs. So Into the Fray on Lucio, giving them the opportunity to boot back and get the kill onto Greymane. Rotation down here from ReGen Ghost trying to catch the Sonya. But Sonya's gonna sneak away, it looks like. Alright. Muradin coming in. Does not want to give up this camp. Wrath of the Berserker being popped. Chasing down the Ana in the back. All over the top of Cuban Missile as well on the Sylvanas. And Templar using that Warlord's Challenge to slow down the backside of the blue team. But Lucio and Garrosh both going to fall in this chase. And now Team Training Wheels making their way onto the second fort here. Ramen gonna go down though. Taking damage from that fort. So that's going to give them now two forts, mid and top, with the Protector coming up in the top lane. And we're going to see ReGen Ghost make their way up there first, as Team Training Wheels is getting onto their fortification camp, getting that turret. But let's take a look here at the level 10s here. We've got that Sound Barrier, the Wave of Force, Wailing Arrow, Eye of Horus, and Warlord's Challenge. I don't know why I popped that up. It's hideous. But now, with the channel being started here by ReGen Ghost, Team Training Wheels is going to go ahead and pick up their siege camp, get that going, and see if they can't make their way onto the control point and start getting some damage here. But look at the Bloodlust going out. The throw keeping Zul'Kan alive for just a moment, but Cleansing Flame and Greymane going for the throat. Lucio going to be the second to fall here. It looks like maybe they may turn around. They do get the kill onto Sylvanas here as well. And it's, oh my gosh, so much space between these two groups here. They do get the kill onto Garrosh as well. Rhaegar finishing the job over there. And Team Training Wheels picking up now the aggressive siege camp on the side of ReGen Ghost. Looking to get damage onto this keep wall. And with a catapult and 6 siege minions here, they're probably going to keep going. It's just an Ana and Li Ming, although they do need to be careful about the orbs here. Also, Li Ming taking Seekers, so she does do pretty hefty damage. When she hits with 3 missiles, she's going to bring down a target pretty significantly here. Garrosh going forward pretty far by himself. possibly looking to make his way onto the point. But here comes the rest of his team, a little bit behind, 15 to 12 here, so down a talent advantage. The throw stun onto the Muradin. There's the Warlord challenge, but they're all standing in a biotic emitter here, and Sonya, by the way, chasing down the Li Ming, does get the kill. Greymane also getting the kill onto Ana, and here's Rhaegar chasing down the Garrosh with Greymane, oh my goodness, finishing off the rest of the team. The Protector was picked up, so Rhaegar is going to go back there, pick it up. And now with a 4-level lead and picking up the Protector, the first keep of the game going down. And they make their way onto the core. And here comes ReGen Ghost, because these are fairly short death timers here. Looking for a kill. They do get the interrupt onto Cleansing Flame, so there's the Bloodlust, but by the way, the core just going down so quickly here, and that looks like it's going to be game number 2 going over to Team Training Wheels, as Greymane once again getting that kill out onto the Garrosh this time. Let's take a look at these stats. $14 kills to 3, very much in favor of Team Training Wheels. They really were everywhere they needed to be, timing-wise, going where they needed to be, and securing these kills quickly. All right, so 2-0, Team Training Wheels over ReGen Ghost. So let's take a look. Where did these teams end up? You know what? I probably shouldn't do that, because that'll show information for our next series, and I don't want to do that yet. So we'll actually come back to that, because our next matchup and final for the NGS Rewind is going to be between Gilly Shark, number 2 ranked team, and Wholesome Halfwits, the number 7 ranked team from Division A. This is a playoff game, and it's the quarterfinal, so you're going to want to make sure that you catch this. So we'll be back in just a few minutes as I get everything set up for that game. Don't go away.